When you go to place an order for a ready-to-hunt compound bow package with us, one of the most important questions we're going to ask you in regards to your setup will be what size and type of peep sight would you prefer to use on your setup? And that is an important question because the size and type of peep sight really does go a long way to make sure that you are comfortable and it suits you as a shooter and it'll work for you. That's the important thing. Now there are millions of different types of peep sights out there, different sizes, shapes, styles, but over the years we've really, we've narrowed that down quite a bit, and we've picked out a few that we think work the best for everybody, and all in all are simply the most efficient. So I was wanting to go over all the options we offer here at Hunter's Friend to hopefully help you make an educated decision of what may work best for you. Right here I have laid out the types of peep we use pretty well standard here at the shop. We've got the Fletcher style peep that splits the string two ways, and those the sizes we carry for that one are the 1/16 small, same outside diameter, but as you see the actual inside hole is a little smaller, so we got a 1/16 small. The standard 1/8 medium, we use that for just about, I'd say 8 out of 10 orders go with that. That's pretty well the standard. And then we got the 3/16 large. The other type of peep we use most commonly is the trio style peep. It splits the string three ways, and we actually have these as an 1/8 inch medium standard, the 3/16 large, and then a 1/4 inch extra large. So the trios work a little differently. And then we also use the 3/16 large rubber tube peep, but those are a little different. So one at a time, I'm going to go through these peeps. They all have their upsides and downsides. I'm going to compare and contrast them, hopefully let you know the good and the bad about them so you can pick out the one that may be right for you. So I'm going to start with the Fletcher Peep. Let me grab a bow here real quick and we'll take a look at it. I have installed a Fletcher Peep on this bow to give you guys an example of what it would look like. Like I said, the Fletcher Peep splits the string two ways, just a 50-50 split. It goes right in the middle, so there's no third strand to get in your way, no rubber tube to attach that can be loud. It's just the peep, you, the string, and the sight. So that's the bright side of it. It is just what it is. There's nothing in the way, nothing to attach. It's just what you see here. The downside of this peep is what's called peep rotation, string rotation. It can be a bit of a headache, and basically what that is once you install a Fletcher Peep, even if you install it perfectly, sometimes that string of that bow can settle and the peep will want to turn on you, which is really no one's fault. It just happens. It can be kind of a headache when you draw it back. You can't see through the peep very good, and there's a couple easy remedies for it. It just takes, within 100 shots usually you can line it out. Say it's twisted to the right, you can just grab it and twist the peep to the left, and when you draw it back it'll be lined out. You may have to do that a few times, or my favorite remedy is if it's turned to the right, you can turn your string loop to the right as well, and then when you hook in, it'll twist the string and the peep and everything all at once, and then you'll be good to go. And like I said, in time it will line out. As far as the size of peep, that's really a personal preference too. The medium, 1/8 inch medium standard is the standard because it lines up the best with the sight housing. Like you can look through it and see just the housing of the sight and the pins inside of it. The small, you see pretty well just the pins, and the large, you sort of see more than the housing. But the large is good in low light situations for people that might have a little harder time seeing, and the small works good for people that just prefer seeing nothing more than the pins. But like I said, medium is the standard. But this is the Fletcher style peep, and let me throw a trio in this thing real quick and I'll show you what that one looks like. Okay, so I have installed a trio peep in this bow now, and straight away you'll see the major difference between the trio and the Fletcher is that the trio splits the string three ways instead of two ways like the Fletcher peep did. So that actually leads to the good side of this peep and the bad side of this peep. The good side is the way this string splits, the three-way split here, no matter how the string rotates or twists that peep, no matter what it does, you will always be able to see through that peep. It can never twist into such a way that it'll prevent you from being able to see through that hole and seeing your pins and seeing what's beyond it. You will always be able to see through it, and that is a huge plus. And that's actually a big reason why we recommend the trio for newer shooters or anybody just getting into it, or even the people that have used them for life. This is a a major peep. People use it all the time, not just new shooters, so keep that in mind. The downside though is that the way it splits, the same thing that's good about it can kind of aggravate some people, because you do sort of have to look through a strand to be able to see through it. Like, it won't block you, but if you look here real close, like, you kind of have to, almost like a crosshair effect. So So not preventing you from seeing anything, not really impairing your ability to see, but not everybody likes that where you have to kind of look through it. But personally, it twisting like that and never being able to get out of alignment, that's pretty handy. So having to look kind of through a strand isn't really a big deal when you really get down to it. But that's the Trio Peep. The sizes are still the same. Your mediums line up better with the housing, larger or better for low light scenarios or if you have a little harder time seeing. But this is the Trio Peep. Definitely recommend it if you're kind of just getting into it and wanting something to try. You can always upgrade it or change it to something else later. Determining the height placement or the placement of the peep sight in the string really comes down to the draw length of the shooter. So if you have a draw length of, say, 26 inches or less, then you would probably be better off with a lower placement of 11 centimeters or so. If your draw length's a little more average, of say 26 inches up to 29.5 inches or so, then a standard placement of 13 centimeters or in that neighborhood would be better for you. Now keep in mind, we serve these in such a way that you can adjust them up or down a little by hand if need be, but these are just sort of the normal placements. As you see here, our bow builder actually has a measuring stick that he has marked 11, 13, and 15 centimeters on as a quick reference for knocking point, just because that's usually the areas they fall in. And if you have a longer draw length of 29.5 inches or so, then you would want it high, like you see here at around 15 centimeters that he's pointing to on that stick. I was actually coming downstairs to get a Rubber Tube Peep to install, and I caught our bow builder Nick installing a Rubber Tube Peep, so I figured I would just film him and do a voiceover and explain the Peep while he's in the process of actually installing it. So this is the Rubber Tube Peep, and it, as well as the rest, has its ups and downs. The good thing about this Peep is it is really handy in the sense that once you attach that rubber tube, no matter how you draw it back or what happens, that rubber tube will ensure that no matter what, you will always be able to see through that peep. The rubber tube will pull the peep sight and align it every time, no matter what. So that is a huge bright side for this particular peep, because always being able to see through it is a great thing. The downside of it is that sometimes, depending on the setup and the weight of the bow and the draw length of the bow, is that tube can potentially become loud. It can make a smacking noise or, just cause vibrations or some kind of rattling, excess noise in some way or another in some scenarios. So that can be a burden to some shooters, just depending on the situation. So its good side is that it will always be able to be seen through no matter what. No matter what the setup is, you will always be able to see through it thanks to the peep and the rubber tube attachment. But the same thing that makes it good is also what can make it a little noisy. So, but outside of that, the Peep itself, it's been around for a long time. You've probably seen it and possibly even used it, and we still use them quite often, believe it or not. So it is an option. Alright guys, hopefully I was able to address any questions that you may have had about the ordering process of peep sights. I just want to throw one thing out there real quick. You can't make a wrong decision here. We have done tons of legwork over the years to make sure that every peep sight we have is a great peep. You can't go wrong. Finding one that's a little better for you as a shooter, that's pretty well the only thing that you got to work out. Will the Trio be better? Will the Fletcher be better? It's basically just a shooter preference, but as far as working and performing well, you're set no matter which way you go. As far as the height placement, we've got your back on that too. So hopefully this was able to clear some stuff up. If you had any questions, if you still have questions, always feel free to let us know here at Hunter's Friend by calling or emailing. It's no big deal at all. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.